Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get started. I would like to thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're going to begin. If everyone could please stand and join me in welcoming with a round of applause our newly inducted members of the National Honor Society. Just stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Okay, so welcome and thank you for coming. We're really excited to have you and we're really excited to be welcoming our new members. You may sit down. What this evening is about is our new members will become active members until they swear an oath of the National Honor Society to uphold the standards. And this ceremony is not about the audience, so you're going to see the speakers turning and facing these newly inducted members. Okay, and this is a huge class we have here. So 49 students, a few of them are right now hopefully beating Clarkston in volleyball. So they were not able to attend, but we have 49 new members. And every year we are getting more and more members, actually, which is a wonderful standard that we're setting because the faculty council, who evaluates all of the activity packets and the things that these kids do to demonstrate that they're leaders, students of good character, dedicated to community service, and dedicated to scholarship, our standards still remain high. But more and more kids every year are qualified to be in NHS, and more are willing to take that challenge to join the chapter, because it's a very difficult decision that they decided to make. Once you join the National Honor Society, that is a part of your identity. That's how people see you. And so you have to continue to uphold those standards. You have to live those standards. You have to be role models in this school. Continue to promote scholarship, service, good character, and leadership. And that's a big commitment that they're making. And so I'm truly honored to have such a large group willing to do that, because it's not easy. Thank you. I will now introduce our president, Jillian Beal.
Hi, I'm Jillian. I'm the president of our NHS chapter at Oxford. We also have Kaylin Griffith, who's our secretary. Audrey Krause, who's our treasurer. And Beth Devlin, who's our historian. And we also have Mackenzie Miller, who is our vice president, but like Mr. Budden said, hopefully she's somewhere beating Clarkston tonight in volleyball. Before I get into what I have to say, let's give one more round of applause to all the students being inducted. We all know how hard these students have worked to get here, and tonight we want to make sure to honor that along with all of the great things that they're going to do. Tonight, each of the students on stage will be inducted into Oxford's National Honor Society chapter, Frida Quill. They will take an oath promising their loyalty to the society by maintaining their academic status while placing an important emphasis on serving our community. As a chapter, we are very proud of our accomplishments. Just last year, we conducted 3 school-wide blood drives, participated in the annual Oxford Gives Back event, donated toys and supplies to underprivileged children overseas, and organized a network of tutors for students in Oxford. These are just a few of the many events we participate in, making us even more excited for what's in store this year. By being inducted into the National Honor Society, you are all promising to lead lives of responsibility, worthiness, and citizenship. All of these traits are demonstrated through our 4 pillars of NHS: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. You are all recognized by your teachers in the application process for being able to balance these honorable traits, which gives us no doubt that you will be able to carry their importance in yourselves, our school, and our community. As president of our chapter, I am so excited and grateful to be able to serve our community with such honorable members by my side. I can't wait for what's in store for not only our chapter, but for each and every one of you. Together, we will serve our community to the best of our ability. We will help raise the academic standards in our K-12 schools, and we will serve as role models to our student body by upholding high standards of character, inspiring others to do the same. Thank you, and I'm going to pass it along to our guest speaker, our principal, Mr. Wolfe.
Good evening. This is like one of my most favorite nights because we get to honor, the best of the best at Oxford High School. And I don't just mean academically, but just all around well-balanced, great students. So tonight's a great night. And I'm certainly honored to be with you to recognize the outstanding work of our young men and women who, as I mentioned a moment ago, in addition to their academic achievement and excellence, have also demonstrated a commitment to service, leadership, and strong character. On behalf of our entire staff and administration, I'd like to convey how very proud we are at your accomplishments and how excited we are to present and recognize your membership into the National Honor Society this evening. To our senior class, we would like to thank you for all that you have done for Oxford High School. The positive impacts you've made will impact many classes to come. To our incoming juniors, we expect you to continue with the high standards set at Oxford, and we look to you as members of this elite group to become the next generation of leaders and positive influencers both here at Oxford and in our greater community. Your membership into this chapter is an honor bestowed upon you by the faculty and was based on the criteria of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Character is a force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and personality. It is without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life and, when once developed, grows steadily. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. If there's one thing I could say is going to be the greatest asset for you moving forward outside of high school, post-secondary, is to be a lifelong learner. And you hear that phrase a lot, and parents are starting to hear that phrase a little more and more as your child moves along throughout high school. But what does a lifelong learner mean? A lifelong learner means you're looking to grow, you're looking to take risks, learn from your mistakes, and put yourself out there by giving it 100%. And that doesn't necessarily mean you get a 4.0. It doesn't necessarily mean that you make no mistakes. In fact, those mistakes, those tarnishes that you have throughout your high school career and so on, beyond high school, are really what end up defining you as a person. And those are really important for our students to learn here, especially as being a member of the National Honor Society. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. Service can be expressed in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work without monetary compensation or without recognition for the benefit of those in need is a quality that we seek in our membership. Service and leadership. As JFK stated, with great success comes great responsibility, and to whom much is given, much is expected. So in that spirit, I challenge you students to expand upon your positive voices and make Oxford and our community a better place through your actions and through your deeds. Be the change that you want to see at Oxford High School. What will your added value be to our campus? How will you give back? How will you make Oxford a better place once you've left and you're gone? It is not sufficient for you to be the best in the world. Rather, what we need for you is to be the best for the world. At this time, I would now like to introduce our National Honor Society advisor back up to the stage, Mr. Josh Budden.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wolfe. I really appreciate those words and what you had to say to our chapter. I'm going to introduce a traditional ceremony that we conduct here as part of our induction ceremony, and it is the candles of core belief. The middle candle, which is already lit, represents the strength of our society, of our democracy, of America. The candles to either side of that represent our core values, which are all part of keeping America and our society and our local communities strong. And in order to be strong, we need members of our society and communities to be leaders, dedicated to serving the community, dedicated to possessing strong character, being honest and trustworthy and on time and dependable and reliable. And of course, as Mr. Wolfe stated, being lifelong learners, constantly learning and gathering knowledge so that we can dispel the fear that so often exists in ignorance. With that, each of our board members will come up and speak a little bit about those qualities, just as Mr. Wolfe did. Jillian Beal, our president, will speak about scholarship.
The first of the 4 pillars of National Honor Society is scholarship. In order to be an NHS, members have to maintain a GPA of 3.4 or higher. This makes sure that each member has a commitment to their learning. We want our students to be active in their school and their education, as it is what will carry them into their future. By aiming to maintain this high GPA, we are ensuring that each one of you is hardworking, motivated, and focused. Having an educated group is the cornerstone of our democracy. It is through scholarship that our generation will have an impact on our country and our world, which is what makes this pillar of National Honor Society so important. And I'm now going to be passing it off to our treasurer, Audrey Cross. The second of the 4 pillars is service. Service is defined by the action of helping or doing work for someone. However, as the National Honor Society, we have extended this action beyond just someone. We have opened our hearts and lent our hardworking hands to all members of our community in need. It is our mission to help our community to survive, to thrive, and we do so by helping others in exchange for no compensation or recognition, but do so because we care. Willingness to serve others is a key characteristic that we seek in all members of our chapter to make a better tomorrow for our community possible. Next will be Beth Devlin speaking about leadership.
The third of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society is leadership. As leaders, we are forces for good in the communities we belong to and the spaces we occupy. We take initiative, we are confident, and we strive to do good in every situation we come across. We are not inhibited by fear or unfamiliarity. We take all things in stride and actively work to better the situation at hand. As leaders, we not only aspire to be good people in our own right, we also aim to inspire those around us to be the very best people that they can be. Leadership is a trait that we strive to embody both as members of our chapter and as people of our community, country, and world. And next, our Secretary, Kaylin Griffith, will be speaking about character.
The last pillar of the National Honor Society is character. Character is what makes each of us unique and helps us to gain respect from our peers. Character is not received, it is achieved over time. It is the constant striving to make the right decisions and determine what is right and wrong. In order to demonstrate good character, we must act the way we want others to see us. By getting inducted into the National Honor Society tonight, you have all shown great character throughout your years of high school. We must continue to maintain this great character throughout our daily lives by demonstrating responsibility, respect, trustworthiness, fairness, kindness, and citizenship. It is in this way that we will make a positive impact on our school and community.
Can we get a round of applause for our executive board? This year's executive board is extremely excited about just all the different ways we can serve the community, serve our school, and they bombard me constantly with more ideas. Can we do this? Can we do this? Our senior members who are in the back, wave for us all. They're contacting me saying, hey, someone did Operation Christmas Child last year. I want to take that over this year. I want to continue that. That was some of the best things that we did in our community. We're so proud of that. So I'm very honored to be the representative or the advisor for this group that is full of just all the best that Oxford has to offer, and that's a lot. So with that, we are about to formally induct you into our chapter through the pledge. Our secretary will lead you in that pledge. Will you please stand, raise your right hand.
I pledge to maintain a high scholastic standing.
I pledge to maintain a high scholastic standing.
To hold as fundamental and worthy.
To hold as fundamental and worthy.
An untarnished character.
An untarnished character.
To endeavor intelligently and courageously.
To endeavor intelligently and courageously.
To be a leader.
To be a leader.
And to give myself freely in service of others.
And to give myself freely in service of others.
In doing so, I shall prove to myself worthy.
In doing so, I shall prove to myself worthy.
Of a place in the National Honor Society.
Of a place in the National Honor Society.
Thank you so much. You may be seated again. So I just want to say what I know of these people who just took that oath is they didn't need an oath to guide them through upholding those standards. They've been doing it their whole lives. It's something that was instilled in them in our schools and by our parents and the members of our community. One of the things we do is when we get the people we know who are going to be applying to, who actually want to continue the process and apply, is we do email out to certain members of our school community, hey, what do you guys have to say about this group? And every single teacher, even though I said, you don't have to, respond if you don't want to, they would read the names on that list and they just had to come back and say, this is a great group. Wow, Josh, how did you put these kids together? Where did they come from? This is going to be a very powerful year for the National Honor Society. With that, I'm going to call their names now that they are formal members, and they will come up in front of the table and receive their National Honor Society pin. their National Honor Society card and their National Honor Society certificate. At the end of this, there will be a chance for you guys. I'll put everyone together and we'll do a quick group photo for just the new members. And so you don't have to get this picture right now. We'll have an opportunity for a group photo and things at the end. All right, Scott Masterson. Alita Diamond. Shelby Mueller. Ann Cobble. Brianna Beetham. Cassidy Chasen. Ashley Steffens. Shelby Wilmot. Kira Valtegan. Emma Van Loon. Madeline Lukens. John Keller. Trevor Wallace. Cameron Royster. Paige Palmer. Eleanor Delay. Miranda Cook. Kinsey Jones. Thank you very much. I apparently skipped a name. Caleb Watson. Are we on Peter now? Okay. Peter Beard. Elsa Clark. Emma Walters. Paige Miller. Alexa Morovsky. Mackenzie Finley. Alexa Warman. Brianna Sutton. Ashley Farrell. Alyssa Kessler. Hannah Valley. Kylie Childers. Kendall Losi. Olivia Soul. Summer Bell. Megan Crone. Max Jensen. Alexander Lundy. Sophia Miller. Hannah Quapis. Kayla Salovich. I knew I got that one wrong, folks. I'm sorry. Katy Perry. Caitlin DeGaspero. Kate Wozniak. Tate Hamilton. Brianna Meyer. And Paul DeAngelis. And this concludes the formal induction ceremony, which every chapter across the nation must go through. And you're all now active members in the Free to Quail chapter of Oxford's National Honor Society.